The Terran defense vessel Hyperion drifted silently through the Kuiper belt, its quantum sensors scanning the vast emptiness of space. Captain Sarah Chen stood at her command station, her dark eyes fixed on the holographic display that showed nothing but routine asteroid movements and the occasional deep space probe. After 15 years of preparing for first contact, humanity had yet to encounter any alien civilizations, but they remained vigilant. Captain, anomalous readings at bearing 047 Mark 183. Lieutenant James Rodriguez reported from his sensor station. His fingers danced across the haptic interface, bringing up detailed scans. Energy signature unlike anything in our database. Sarah straightened, her muscles tensing beneath her midnight blue uniform. Profile. Massive, ma'am. Whatever it is, it's bigger than anything we've ever built. And it's not alone. The holographic display shifted, revealing 3 enormous vessels emerging from what appeared to be artificial wormholes. Their hulls gleamed with an iridescent metal unknown to human science, covered in patterns that pulsed with internal light. Each ship was easily 5 times the size of the Hyperion. Battle stations, Sarah ordered calmly. Activate stealth systems, but maintain passive scanning. Let's see what they're up to before we introduce ourselves. The Hyperion's revolutionary metamaterial coating shifted, bending light and other forms of radiation around the ship's hull. To conventional sensors, they might as well have been another piece of space debris. The alien vessels moved with precise formation, their energy signatures suggesting extremely advanced propulsion systems. A broad-spectrum transmission erupted from the lead ship, broadcasting in all directions. Attention primitive species of Sol system. This is High Admiral Vexthor of the Meridian Empire. Your system has been selected for integration into our dominion. Prepare for preliminary assessment and classification. Resistance will result in immediate subjugation. Sarah's lips curled into a slight smile. Primitive, are we? Communications, prepare to broadcast on all frequencies. Engineering, power up the quantum defense grid but keep it dormant for now. Tactical, load phantom missiles but maintain weapons cold. Ma'am, Rodriguez interjected. They're launching smaller craft. Appears to be some kind of automated survey drones. Let them get nice and close. Sarah replied. Sometimes the best lesson is a practical demonstration. The alien drones, sleek crystalline constructs that rippled with energy, approached the Hyperion's position. They passed within meters of the vessel, their sensors completely blind to its presence, thanks to humanity's metamaterial technology. They're beginning a systematic sweep of the outer system, Rodriguez reported. At their current speed, they'll reach Neptune's orbit in approximately 6 hours. Sarah nodded. That's far enough. Communications, open a channel, full spectrum. The alien vessels suddenly detected a ship materializing out of nowhere, directly between their formation and the inner solar system. The Hyperion's stealth systems deactivated, revealing its elegant form. Unlike the brutalist architecture of the alien ships, the human vessel was smooth and organic in design, its hull flowing like liquid metal. This is Captain Sarah Chen of the Terran Defense Force. Your unauthorized incursion into Sol space ends here. Withdraw your forces immediately. There was a pause before High Admiral Vexthor responded, his translator struggling to mask the amusement in his voice. A single ship dares to challenge the Meridian Empire. Your species' arrogance will be noted in your classification. Stand down and prepare for boarding. I was hoping you'd say that, Sarah replied. Lieutenant Rodriguez, activate the quantum defense grid. Let's show our visitors why it's unwise to judge a species by its age. The Hyperion's hull began to shimmer as thousands of microscopic quantum field generators activated. The alien drones nearest to the ship suddenly stopped functioning, their crystalline forms growing dark as their energy was siphoned away. Impossible. Vexthor's voice had lost its condescending tone. Your technology. Those are quantum manipulation fields. No primitive species could. I'm going to stop you right there, Admiral. Sarah interrupted. You seem to be operating under some rather outdated assumptions. Allow me to update your database. The Hyperion's Phantom missiles launched, their exotic matter drives allowing them to phase through normal spacetime. They reappeared inside the shields of the alien vessels, their quantum warheads causing localized disruptions in the ship's power systems. That was a warning shot, Sarah announced. The next demonstration won't be nearly as gentle. Now, shall we discuss terms for your immediate withdrawal from Sol space, or would you prefer a more thorough explanation of why the word primitive doesn't apply to humanity? As the alien ship's systems struggled to recover from the quantum disruption, more human vessels decloaked around them. The Meridian Empire had just learned a valuable lesson. Humanity had spent its time alone in the solar system preparing for exactly this kind of encounter. The war for humanity's place among the stars had begun with a single shot, and Earth had fired first. The news spread through the galactic community like a supernova. Within days of the Meridian Empire's failed incursion into Sol space, every major power had received the sensor logs of the encounter. The recording showed something that should have been impossible. A young species, barely 2 centuries into their space age, wielding technology that the oldest civilizations had only theorized about. In the Galactic Council's emergency session, High Admiral Vexthor stood before representatives of 37 spacefaring civilizations, his pride visibly wounded. The massive chamber, carved from a single asteroid, buzzed with concerned whispers. "The humans," he began, his translator struggling to maintain composure, "are not what we believe them to be. Their quantum manipulation technology surpasses even the archivist's theoretical models. They have achieved perfect metamaterial cloaking, phase shift weaponry, and energy siphoning capabilities we cannot counter." The chamber erupted in chaos. The archivists, ancient beings of pure energy who had documented galactic civilization for millions of years, shifted uncomfortably in their containment fields. Their spokesperson, a swirling mass of blue light, moved forward. "We have analyzed the data." The archivist's thoughts resonated through the chamber. "The humans have taken paths in technological development that none of us considered. While we focused on brute force and scale, they pursued efficiency and innovation. Their quantum defense grid, for instance, operates on principles we dismissed as impossible. Back on Earth, the Terran Defense Force headquarters beneath Mount Cheyenne was hosting its own gathering. Admiral Helena Santos stood before a holographic representation of known galactic territory, addressing her command staff. "The Meridian's attempted incursion has forced our hand," she stated, her weathered face illuminated by the star map. "We've revealed some of our capabilities sooner than planned, but we still hold significant advantages in reserve." Dr. Marcus Wong, head of Quantum Applications Research, manipulated the display to show the latest intelligence. "The other powers are scrambling to understand our technology. The Meridian Empire has already offered significant technological and territorial concessions in exchange for our quantum field generators. The Collective of Free Worlds is proposing an immediate alliance." "And the archivists?" Helena asked. "They've requested a direct exchange of information," Marcus replied. "They seem particularly interested in our theoretical physics models." Lieutenant Commander Aisha Patel, head of strategic planning, stepped forward. "Our simulations suggest we have a narrow window of opportunity. The initial shock of our capabilities gives us diplomatic leverage, but the other powers will eventually adapt. We need to establish our position in the galactic community while we maintain technological superiority." In high orbit above Earth, the Hyperion docked with the newly completed Prometheus station. Captain Sarah Chen walked through the station's pristine corridors alongside Dr. Elena Rossi, the lead designer of humanity's quantum defense systems. The Meridians never saw the real capabilities of the defense grid, Elena explained, showing Sarah through a secure laboratory. "What we demonstrated was just the basic containment field. The full system can do much more." They stopped before a massive window overlooking Earth. A slight shimmer in the atmosphere revealed the planetary defense network, thousands of satellites incorporating the most advanced technology humanity had developed. We've detected increased activity at the edges of our system, Sarah noted. Everyone wants to know what other surprises we're hiding. Let them look, Elena smiled. The visible defenses are impressive enough, but the real protection isn't something they can scan for. The quantum entanglement network makes our entire system a single coordinated defense grid. Any attack on Earth would trigger responses they can't predict or counter. In the depths of space, aboard the massive research vessel of the archivists, ancient beings debated the implications of humanity's emergence. Their vessel, a construct the size of a small moon, had recorded the rise and fall of countless civilizations. They achieved in decades what we theorized would take millennia, one archivist observed. Their understanding of quantum mechanics follows paths we never explored. Their isolation forced innovation, another replied. While the rest of the galaxy shared and built upon established technologies, humans had to find their own ways. They are dangerous, a third stated. Their military applications of quantum science exceed anything in our records. They are fascinating, the first corrected. They do not think as we do. Their solutions are elegant in their efficiency. The discussion was interrupted by a priority alert. New sensor data showed human ships appearing and disappearing across the solar system, demonstrating capabilities beyond what they had revealed in the Meridian encounter. The archivists watched in silence as humanity continued to unveil the extent of their technological achievement. Meanwhile, in a secure facility beneath the Pacific Ocean, Dr. Wong and his team were putting the finishing touches on humanity's next revelation. The quantum consciousness interface, a technology that would allow human minds to directly interact with quantum fields, was almost ready for deployment. The galaxy thought we were primitive because they found our radio signals and chemical rockets, he told his team. They never thought to look deeper, to see what we were really building. They're about to learn that humanity's greatest strength isn't our technology. It's our capacity to reimagine what's possible. As the galactic powers scrambled to adjust to humanity's emergence, Earth's leaders prepared for the next phase of their plan. They had hidden their true capabilities for decades, developing technologies in secret while presenting a facade of primitive development to the galaxy. Now, with their position revealed, it was time to show the galaxy exactly what humanity could do. The diplomatic reception hall of Prometheus Station hummed with tension as representatives from 20 different species gathered for the first official galactic summit hosted by humanity. The vast chamber, with its quantum crystal walls that shifted between transparency and opacity, showcased Earth's mastery of advanced materials. Ambassador Michael Reeves stood at the central podium, his dark skin contrasting with the pristine white of his diplomatic uniform. Around him, alien delegates whispered among themselves, their universal translators working overtime to keep up with the multiple concurrent conversations. On behalf of Earth and her colonies, Michael began, his voice carrying naturally through the acoustically perfect chamber. We welcome you to Sol Space. For too long, humanity has watched from the shadows. Today, we step into the light. The Meridian representative, still smarting from their recent humiliation, shifted uncomfortably in their environment suit. Beside them, the crystalline form of an archivist pulsed with interest. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, Dr. Wong's team activated the quantum consciousness interface for the first time. Lieutenant Anna Patil volunteered as the first human to merge her mind with the quantum field. As her consciousness expanded through the quantum network, she felt the very fabric of space-time respond to her thoughts. Neural patterns stable, reported Dr. Wong, monitoring the complex equipment. Quantum field coherence at 99.8%. She's doing it. In orbit, the alien delegates suddenly noticed something extraordinary. The quantum crystal walls of the reception hall began resonating with patterns that seemed to respond to their thoughts and emotions. It was a subtle demonstration of humanity's latest breakthrough, the ability to manipulate quantum fields with consciousness itself. As you can see, Ambassador Reeves continued, gesturing to the walls. Human technology has taken some unique directions, We believe in cooperation over competition, innovation over imitation. The quantum consciousness interface you're experiencing is just one example of what we can achieve together. The archivist's crystalline form flickered with intense patterns. You have achieved direct neural quantum manipulation. This should not be possible for organic beings. Humanity has a habit of achieving the impossible. Michael smiled. Now let's discuss how we can work together to build a better galaxy. But not everyone was interested in cooperation. In the shadows of the Orc cloud, a fleet of stealth vessels gathered. The Meridian Empire, unwilling to accept their loss of face, had decided on a more aggressive approach. Their ships carried experimental weapons designed to counter human quantum technology. Captain Sarah Chen, now commanding the advanced destroyer Excalibur, detected the faint energy signatures of the gathering fleet. The quantum consciousness interface allowed her to feel their presence like a disturbance in the cosmic web. They're planning something. She communicated directly through the quantum network to Admiral Santos. The Meridians have brought friends. The Admiral's response came instantly through the quantum link. Let them come. It's time they learned why we kept our full capabilities hidden for so long. In the reception hall, the diplomatic discussions continued, but there was an undercurrent of tension. The Collective of Free Worlds representative, a being of living plasma contained within an energy field, approached Ambassador Reeves privately. We have intercepted communications, the plasma being pulsed. The Meridians plan to attack. They have convinced others that humanity's technology poses a threat to galactic stability. Michael nodded, having already received this information through his quantum link. We know. We've known since they started gathering their fleet. What they don't realize is that every quantum-capable ship they've observed was operating at less than 10% of its true potential. The plasma being's containment field flickered with surprise. You have been holding back. Significantly, Michael confirmed. We hoped it wouldn't be necessary to demonstrate our full capabilities. Unfortunately, some lessons must be learned the hard way. At that moment, the Meridian fleet made its move. Over 200 ships dropped out of hyperspace, their experimental weapons charging. They expected to catch Earth's defenses off guard. Instead, they found themselves facing something unprecedented. The quantum consciousness interface had transformed Earth's defense network into an extension of human will. Every satellite, every ship, every defensive platform operated in perfect synchronization, guided by the combined consciousness of trained operators. Lieutenant Anna Patel, still connected to the quantum field, felt the hostile intentions of the approaching fleet. Through her enhanced consciousness, she reached out to the quantum defense grid. Space itself seemed to twist as humanity's most advanced technology activated. In the reception hall, the alien delegates watched in awe as holographic displays showed the unfolding confrontation. They were about to witness firsthand why humanity had spent decades hiding their true capabilities, and why no one should mistake technological restraint for weakness. The archivist's prediction echoed through the chamber. We are about to witness something unprecedented in galactic history. The humans have not been developing weapons. They have been reshaping the fundamental laws of physics themselves. As the Meridian fleet prepared to fire their first volley, humanity prepared to reveal just how far they had advanced beyond conventional warfare. The true demonstration of Earth's power was about to begin, and the galaxy would never be the same. The void between Neptune and Uranus erupted with energy as the Meridian fleet launched their first strike. 200 ships fired simultaneously, their experimental weapons designed specifically to counter human quantum shields. The space between the fleets filled with exotic particles engineered to disrupt quantum fields. Lieutenant Anna Patel, merged with the quantum defense network through the consciousness interface, felt the attack coming before it arrived. Her enhanced mind reached through the quantum field, touching every defense satellite and vessel in the system. Through her awareness, Earth's defenders moved as one. They really don't understand what they're dealing with. She communicated through the quantum network. Her consciousness expanded, treating the entire solar system as a single quantum system. The Meridian's attack met something unprecedented. Instead of attempting to block or absorb the exotic particles, Earth's defense grid allowed them to pass through, into carefully constructed quantum probability wells. The entire attack disappeared into microscopic artificial dimensions, harmlessly scattered across parallel realities. On the bridge of the Excalibur, Captain Sarah Chen watched through both her physical eyes and quantum perception as the enemy fleet realized their weapons had failed. Now it's our turn. Show them what a fully operational quantum defense system can do. The human fleet, which had been operating at minimal power during previous encounters, activated their full capabilities. Their hulls began to glow with quantum energy as they accessed higher dimensions of spacetime. The ships seemed to exist in multiple places simultaneously, probability fields making them impossible to target. In the diplomatic reception hall, the alien representatives watched in stunned silence. The archivist's crystalline form vibrated with intense patterns. They have weaponized quantum uncertainty itself. Every possible tactical response exists in a superposition until they choose which one to make real. The Meridian fleet launched their second wave, this time using more conventional weapons. Plasma torpedoes and graviton beams lashed out at the human vessels. But humanity's quantum consciousness interface had transformed space combat into something entirely new. Lieutenant Patel's enhanced mind reached out, her thoughts moving faster than light through the quantum field. She didn't need to dodge the attacks. She could see all possible paths they might take and simply ensure her ships existed where the attacks weren't. The human fleet seemed to flicker and dance through space, impossible to hit. Target their propulsion systems, Admiral Santos ordered through the quantum network. Minimal casualties. This is a demonstration, not a slaughter. The Excalibur and her sister ships responded instantly. Their quantum weapons didn't travel through space. They modified space itself. Localized fields of altered physics surrounded the Meridian vessels, transforming their advanced engines into useless metal. By the first light, the collective representative whispered, watching the battle unfold. They're not fighting the ships. They're rewriting the laws of physics around them. The Meridian fleet, finding themselves suddenly immobile and weaponless, faced the full implications of their mistake. Their sensors detected quantum energy readings that defied their understanding of physics. Every human ship now generated more power than they had believed possible. Through the quantum network, Captain Chen broadcast to the enemy fleet, "Your ships are disabled. Your weapons cannot harm us. You attacked because you feared our technology, but you never understood it. We didn't develop better weapons. We found a better way to interact with reality itself." High Admiral Vexthor, watching his fleet rendered impotent, without a single ship destroyed, finally understood. The humans hadn't been hiding weapons. They had been hiding their mastery over the fundamental forces of the universe. In the depths of space, the Archivist's vast research vessel recorded everything. Their ancient databases had never encountered anything like what they were witnessing. Humanity had taken quantum mechanics beyond theory, beyond technology, into something entirely new. The quantum consciousness interface had given humans the ability to perceive and manipulate reality on its most fundamental level. Every ship in their fleet was connected not just by communications, but by entangled consciousness itself. They fought not as individual vessels, but as extensions of a unified quantum field. Ambassador Reeves addressed the stunned delegates. "What you're witnessing isn't just advanced technology. It's the next step in the evolution of warfare, and of consciousness itself. We didn't want to demonstrate this capability, but now you understand why we kept it hidden. The question is, what happens next?" As the disabled Meridian fleet drifted in space, their crews watching helplessly as human ships danced through impossible dimensions around them, the galaxy faced a turning point. Humanity had proven themselves not just technologically superior, but operating on an entirely different level of existence. The Archivist spoke into the silent chamber. "We must reevaluate everything we thought we knew about the development of sapient species. The humans haven't just surpassed our technology. They've transcended our understanding of what's possible. In Earth orbit, Lieutenant Patil finally disconnected from the quantum interface, her consciousness returning to normal spacetime. She smiled, knowing that the galaxy would never again mistake humanity's restraint for weakness. The real question was whether they would understand the opportunity it presented, not for conquest, but for evolution. 3 months after the Battle of the Outer Rim, Earth had become the center of a galactic revolution. The Prometheus station's quantum crystal observation deck offered a view of an unprecedented sight. Vessels from every major civilization in known space gathered for what would become known as the Quantum Conclave. Dr. Marcus Wong stood before the assembled representatives, the quantum consciousness interface humming softly in the background. The device no longer inspired fear, but hope. What we demonstrated wasn't just a new form of warfare, he explained. It's a new way of existing within our universe. The Meridian ships, now restored to functionality, floated peacefully alongside vessels from the Collective, the Archivists, and dozens of other civilizations. High Admiral Vexthor, stripped of his military command, but serving as a diplomatic envoy, watched with new understanding as human scientists taught the basics of quantum consciousness integration to selected representatives from each species. Lieutenant Anna Patil, now heading Earth's quantum integration program, guided a group of alien consciousness through their first connection to the quantum field. "Don't try to control it," she advised, her voice carrying through their shared quantum link. "The universe isn't something to be dominated. It's something to be understood, to be harmonized with." In the secure chambers beneath Mount Cheyenne, Admiral Helena Santos met with the Galactic Security Council. The screens around them displayed the ongoing transformation of space warfare. Ships no longer needed massive weapons or impenetrable shields. Through quantum consciousness integration, conflict itself was becoming obsolete. "We hid our capabilities not out of fear," Helena explained, "but because we knew the galaxy wasn't ready for this technology. It's not about power, it's about responsibility." The Archivist representative, their crystalline form now incorporating elements of quantum resonance technology, pulsed with understanding. "You weren't developing weapons at all. You were waiting for us to be ready for evolution." Captain Sarah Chen, commanding the new quantum exploration vessel Prometheus, led the first joint species mission into unexplored space. Her crew included former enemies and new allies, all connected through the quantum field. Their mission wasn't to conquer or explore, but to understand. "The quantum consciousness interface shows us something profound," she told her diverse crew. "We're all connected, not just metaphorically, but through the fundamental fabric of reality itself. Every choice, every action, ripples through the quantum field affecting all of us." Back on Earth, Ambassador Michael Reeves stood in the newly established Galactic Quantum Institute, watching as humans and aliens worked together to understand the technology that had changed everything. The quantum crystal walls pulsed with the combined consciousness of dozens of species, each bringing their own unique perspective to the quantum field. "We spent centuries looking up at the stars, wondering if we were alone," he mused to the Collective representative. "When we found we weren't, we spent decades preparing not for war, but for this moment. The moment when the galaxy was ready to take its next step." Dr. Elena Rossi's team had made another breakthrough. The quantum consciousness interface, combined with the unique perspectives of multiple species, was revealing aspects of reality that no single civilization could have discovered alone. The universe, they were learning, was far stranger and more wonderful than anyone had imagined. "Every species sees the quantum field differently," Helena explained to a group of eager students from across the galaxy. "Humans perceive it one way, the Archivists another, the Collective yet another. Together, we're building a more complete understanding of reality itself." The Meridian Empire, humbled but not broken, had become one of the strongest advocates for quantum integration. They had learned that true power came not from domination, but from understanding. Their vast fleets were being retrofitted not for war, but for exploration and research. Lieutenant Patel, connected to the quantum field, could feel the change rippling through the galaxy. Species that had been enemies for millennia found their conflicts meaningless in the face of what they could achieve together. The quantum consciousness interface hadn't just changed warfare, it had changed consciousness itself. We didn't set out to become the most powerful species in the galaxy, Admiral Santos reflected during the closing ceremony of the Quantum Conclave. We set out to understand the universe. What we found was that understanding is the greatest power of all. As the gathered ships prepared to return to their home systems, each carrying the seeds of quantum consciousness technology, humanity had achieved something unprecedented. They had transformed a moment of potential war into a catalyst for galactic evolution. The quantum field hummed with the combined consciousness of 1,000 worlds, each adding their own unique harmony to the universal symphony. Humanity had revealed their hidden strength not to dominate, but to elevate. In doing so, they had changed not just the galaxy, but the very nature of civilization itself. Admiral Santos, watching the ships depart through the quantum fields, smiled. "We spent so long preparing for war," she said, "that we accidentally prepared for something far more important: peace."